time for This Week on the Ice, and here are your hosts, Randy Preston and Carol McKee.
Well, hello, hockey and ice sports fans. Welcome to This Week on the Ice. Today is Sunday, December 28th. Hope you had a wonderful holiday. I know I sure did. And with the holiday schedule, we're getting everything up a little later tonight. We apologize for that. And Mr. Hockey, Randy Preston, is not able to be with us tonight. He's been busy all weekend long with other hockey duties. So for those of you who are joining us for the first time this week on the Ice, we want to let you know that we have 3 segments that we do each week. The first that we always cover is Youth Hockey League play and association news. Then we do varsity and JV news. And finally, we do a junior and professional hockey roundup. So let's go ahead and get started with our Youth Hockey League play and our association news. First up is Aberdeen. The Aberdeen Squirts and Mites hosted in-house games at the Expo and the Odie this weekend. The Aberdeen Cougars Pee Wee A and Pee Wee C both hosted Owyhee on Saturday. Owyhee Pee Wee A came out on top 7-0 in the first game and then in overtime 7-6 in the second game. The Aberdeen Pee Wee C prevailed 5-3 and 5-2 over the Capitals on Saturday. Today the Pee Wee A hosted the Owyhee Capitals, with the Capitals coming out on top 7-2, not in today's third game of the weekend matchup. I believe it was in today's game when the Owyhee Capitals forward number 50, Clay Ambach, wound up in a pile-up that resulted in Clay breaking his tibia in 2 places. Bad luck there, Clay. And from all of us at Hockey 605, we are wishing you a speedy recovery. We hope to see you on the ice very soon without that full leg cast. Also today, the Aberdeen Cougars Bantam A hosted Sioux Falls East. The Flyers came out on top of that one, 8-1. The Lady Cougar Classic is coming up this weekend with 4 in-state teams. The hosts, the Aberdeen Lady Cougars, of course, the Brookings Rangers, Watertown Lakers, and the Sioux Falls Flyers, along with 4 out-of-state teams, the Omaha Lady Junior Lancers, the Minot, North Dakota Magicians, the Richland, Montana Rangers, and the Crosby, North Dakota Lady Comets. The puck drops on the first games at 11 a.m. on Friday, and I believe this is all at the Odie Ice Arena in Aberdeen. There have been some game changes on Friday and again on Sunday, so please check the schedule. There is a mobile program for the event at aberdeentournament.com. You can check the schedule there, and you can also go to aberdeenhockey.com. Moving on to Brookings. Wet my whistle here real quick. The Brookings Rangers are in the midst of an ongoing fundraising campaign for those shopping on Amazon.com and through the Schwann's Cares fundraising network. You can go to brookingsrangers.com for those links right on their front page. If you're going to be doing shopping at Amazon or with Schwann's, why not support hockey at the same time? The Rangers are offering High School Cube live links for their boys and girls varsity home games. We want to thank High School Cube for the opportunity to help bring those games to you. If you go to the Larson Ice Center tab on Hockey 605, you can find those live game feeds when they are available. The Rangers Bantam B hosted Sioux Center on Saturday, with the Rangers coming out on top 8-0. On Sunday, the Brookings Bantam B were at the Sioux Falls Flyers Bantam B, and the Rangers again prevailed 10-1 and 8-1. Brookings Pee Wee A were scheduled to play the Sioux Falls Flyers Pee Wee A West on Saturday afternoon, but we could not find a score poster for that game yet. The Huron All-Stars Pee Wee B hosted Mitchell Marlins for 2 games today. The All-Stars won both of those at the Bergman 10-3 and 12-2 over the Marlins. The All-Stars Bantam A were scheduled for 2 games over the weekend against the Sioux Falls Flyers East and West. No scores reported for yesterday's game against the Flyers East, but in today's matchup, the Sioux Falls Flyers Bantam A West defeated the All-Stars 4-2. Over in Mitchell, the Marlins Bantam A hosted the Aberdeen Cougars on Saturday, with the Marlins coming out on top 8-2. Mitchell Pee Wee A hosted Sioux Falls Flyers Pee Wee A East for 2 games Saturday. The Flyers won the first one 7-5 and the second game on Saturday 5-3. The Marlins Pee Wee B were at Huron for 2 games today, and as noted earlier, the All-Stars won both of those games 10-3 and 12-2. The Mitchell Marlins Mites held a jamboree today with 4 Mitchell Mites teams, the black, navy, silver, and white, 2 Yankton Miracle teams, red and white, along with Sioux Falls 1 and Sioux Falls 2. I'm sure they all had a great time. You know, Santa showed up to play a few reindeer games with the Owyhee Capital Mini Mites this week. and from the video posted on the Capitals Facebook page, those games looked suspiciously like a conditioning workout, but it looked like they were having a great time. Oahe Hockey wants to remind all that their annual Tyler Wilcox Memorial Squirt Tournament is coming up January 16th through the 18th. The annual Tyler Wilcox Memorial Tournament is held in memory of Tyler Wilcox, who skated as a Capital from 1994 to 2002, and the tournament is limited to the first 8 out-of-town teams to register. You can go to Oahe Hockey, that's O-A-H-E hockey.org, to register your team. The Oahe Capitals PWC were in Aberdeen over the weekend, dropping both games on Saturday to the Cougars 5-3 and 5-2. The Caps PWA were also in Aberdeen, picking up a 7-0 win the first game on Saturday, and a narrow 7-6 win in overtime in the second game. Today, the Capitals earned a 7-2-1 win over the Cougars. The 3-game win for the Capitals was not without a cost, however. As I mentioned earlier, PWA forward Clay Ombach got caught in a tangle on the ice that left him with 2 breaks in his tibia and a full leg cast. Again, Clay, all of us at Hockey 605 wish you a very speedy recovery and look forward to seeing you on the ice again soon. The Oahe Capitals Bantam A hosted Rushmore Bantam A1 in 2 games this weekend. Rushmore prevailed 10-2 on Saturday and 5-2 today. In Saturday's game, the Capitals had 54 penalty minutes on 11 infractions compared to Rushmore's 4 minutes on 2 infractions. Rushmore Thunder, they held a Mite Winter Classic this weekend while their Pee Wee B and C and their Bantam B were on the road at Yankton. Bantam A2 were at Watertown and their Bantam A1 were at Oahe. The Thunder Pee Wee B dropped both road games to Yankton Miracle 4-1 and 4-3. The Rushmore Pee Wee C's picked up 2 wins on the road, 4-2 and 7-1 over Yankton. And as noted earlier, the Bantam A1s earned 2 wins in Pierre against the Oahe Capitals 10-2 and 5-2. The Thunder's Austin Stiles earned a hat trick for Rushmore in Saturday's game. Way to go, Austin. The Thunder Bantam A2s dropped their first game at Watertown Arrows 1-4 and then rallied back for a 5-2 win in today's game. With the Sioux Center Tornadoes, the Bantam Bs were in Brookings for a game on Saturday. The Rangers won that game 8-0. The Tornadoes Pee Wee B were scheduled to be in Sioux Falls for games against the Sioux Falls Flyers Pee Wee B East team yesterday, but again I could not find scores for those games. The Sioux Center Squirts B and C tournament is coming up January 10th and 11th. There's an 8-team limit in each division. You can go to the Sioux Center Tornadoes or Sioux Center Hockey to get more information to register for those tournaments. The Sioux Falls Flyers 5 Squirts teams all appeared to be off over the weekend, and according to the schedule, the Flyers Pee Wee B West were to host Watertown for 2 games on Saturday, and Pee Wee B East were to host Sioux Center for 2 games, but again I couldn't find scores for any of those games. The Flyers Pee Wee B East and West teams do appear to have played one another on Friday evening. That score is posted up as a 0-0. The Sioux Falls Flyers Bantam B hosted the Brookings Rangers for 2 games today, and the Rangers took home wins in both, 10-1 and 8-1. The Flyers Bantam A East were scheduled to host Huron at the Shields Iceplex yesterday, but I could not find a score available for that game. The Bantam A East were in Aberdeen today, bringing home an 8-1 win at the Odie. The Flyers Bantam A West did host Huron on Saturday, tallying a 4-2 victory over the All-Stars at the Shields Iceplex. The Watertown Lakers Pee Wee B shows them scheduled for 2 games on Saturday at the Shields Iceplex again against the Flyers Pee Wee B West. No scores were found for those games. The Watertown Lakers Bantam A's hosted and split with Rushmore Bantam A2 in 2 games over the weekend. The Lakers took the first one 4-1. The Thunder took the second game 5-2. Yankton Miracle Pee Wee C hosted Rushmore Thunder for 2 games over the weekend. The Thunder took home 4-2 and 7-1 wins. Yankton Pee Wee B also hosted Rushmore for 2 games, and the Miracle earned wins in both, a 4-1 in the first and a 4-3 in the second. Yankton Bantam B also picked up a pair of wins at home against Rushmore this weekend, 7-6 and 4-2, 7-6 and 4-2. That wraps up our Youth Hockey Leagues and Association news, but we do have a couple of reminders for you. There is a hockey skills camp here in Sioux Falls at the Shields Iceplex. It's the Legends and Junior Stampede Holiday Skill Camp is December 29th through the 31st. You may be able to still register for that. I'm not sure. I haven't had a chance to check the total number of players that are registered. But you can go to Legend Hockey to check that out. Or just show up at the Iceplex tomorrow and see if they have room for walk-ons. Also, the AAA hockey tryouts are Tuesday, December 30th. The AAA hockey tryouts are in Sioux City for the Sabres and at Shields Iceplex for the Sioux Falls Solar Bears. You can check those out at AAA Hockey and check out Sioux Falls, the Solar Bears and the Sioux City Sabres. Let's take a break, hear from one of our sponsors, and then we'll come back with the JV and the Varsity Report.
Hockey Headquarters, assisting all your goals. Visit them today at thehockeyheadquarters.com.
Welcome back, folks. In girls JV action over the weekend, the Rushmore Thunder defeated the Brookings Rangers 3-2 and 4-0 at the Larson Ice Center. The Watertown Lakers defeated the Oahe Capitals 7-2, and the Aberdeen Cougars tallied a pair of wins, 8-0 and 4-0 at the Vernon Arena in Sioux Center. Yankton Miracle are on the schedule for a game this morning against the Flyers at the Shields Iceplex, but no score was found. It's still very early in the season, but the Lady Cougars do lead the league with 12 points, followed by the Mitchell Marlins with 10 and Rushmore Thunder with 8. Yankton Miracle and Sioux Falls Flyers are tied for 4th with 6 points each. On the girls' varsity side, the Aberdeen Cougars defeated the Huron All-Stars 14-0 on Friday night. The Oahe Capitals picked up their first win on Friday night, 7-6 in overtime against the Watertown Lakers. The Lady Caps hosted the Lakers again on Saturday, tallying a second win, this time in a score of 7-2. The Brookings Rangers girls varsity hosted Rushmore Thunder for 3 games over the weekend. The Lady Rangers picked up close wins in all 3 games, 3-2, 4-2, and then 4-3 in an overtime win on Sunday. The Oahe Capitals rounded out their weekend with a 3rd win on Sunday, 7-4 over the Huron All-Stars at the Bergman. The 3 wins for the Brookings Rangers over the weekend catapulted them into a comfortable lead with 20 points in the league. The Aberdeen Lady Cougars are in second with 14 points, and close on their heels with 13 points is the Rushmore Thunder squad. The Lady Flyers are sitting in 4th with 10 points, and 3 points on the weekend put the Lady Capitals in 5th with 6 points. Let's take a look at the leaderboards for the girls varsity. Haley Huff of the Aberdeen Lady Cougars has a .945 save percentage to lead the goalie stats board. Ava Krabenhoft and Brittany Corcoran, both of the Sioux Falls Flyers, are tied for second with a .909 save percentage. Bethany Rennick chalked up 6 goals and 3 assists over the weekend to top the skater leaderboards with 29 points. 2 Aberdeen Lady Cougar skaters, Haley Holland with 24 points and Madison Ogdahl with 22 points, are sitting in second and third. Rushmore's Maddie Schultz shares that 3rd spot with 22 points of her own. And also for Rushmore, Abby Fenhouse Coyle, and for Sioux Falls Flyers, Robin Hatcher, they are tied for 4th with 21 points each. The rest of the top 10 skaters on the leaderboard are Rhiannon Abel of Aberdeen Lady Cougars, Destiny Barr of the Oahe Capitals, Haley Gould of Aberdeen, and Jaden Peterson of the Brookings Rangers. Shout out to Bethany Rennick for those 6 goals and 3 assists over the weekend. Great job for the Rangers there, Bethany. In boys JV action this weekend, the Brookings Rangers hosted the Rushmore Thunder. The Rangers prevailed 7-2 on Saturday, and the score for today's game is not yet posted. The Yankton Miracle JV boys narrowly defeated the Lakers 6-5 in overtime at Watertown on Friday night. The Miracle lost at home today 2-7 to the Sioux Center Storm. Also today, the Huron All-Stars boys JV defeated the Flyers 2-1 at the Shields Iceplex. And that's it for the boys JV over the weekend. Not a lot of games. It is very early in the season, but the Rangers currently lead the league with 8 points, followed by the Huron All-Stars with 6, and the Sioux Falls Flyers with 5. And then there's a 5-way tie with 4 points each for Rushmore, Aberdeen, Sioux Center, Owyhee, and Yankton. Let me just take a quick look here. Oh, the Lakers, they're still in the hunt with 3 points. There were a few more boys varsity games over the weekend. The Mitchell Marlins hosted 2 games this weekend, defeating the Sioux Falls Flyers varsity 2 team 7-2 on Friday, and the Aberdeen Cougars 4-1 on Saturday. Rushmore Thunder split with the Brookings Rangers at the Larson this weekend. The Thunder took the first game 5-2 Saturday, and the Rangers took the second game 5-4 today. The Watertown Lakers won at home 10-1 over Yankton Miracle on Saturday. Sioux Falls Flyers varsity 1 team bested the Huron All-Stars 8-3 at the Shields Iceplex on Saturday, but they dropped Sunday's game 2-4 to the Aberdeen Cougars. The Huron All-Stars picked up a 4-3 win over the Sioux Falls Flyers varsity 2 team at the Shields Iceplex today. Here at Hockey 605, we had the pleasure of live casting the Huron JV game and the varsity games at the Iceplex this weekend, and we hope you join us in thanking the sponsors who made that happen: Prostrollo Motors, First National Bank, Slumberland of Huron and Mitchell, and Runnings of Huron. If you appreciate their support of these live casts of your games, please stop in and let them know. Let's take a look at the standings. The Sioux Falls Flyers 1 varsity team tops the league with 11 points, followed closely by Rushmore Thunder with 10. Just a 1-point separation there, folks. Owyhee, Aberdeen, and Mitchell are all tied for third with 8 points each. For player stats, Aberdeen goalie Gus Kronberg still tops the goalie stats leaderboard with a .938 save percentage, followed by his teammate Nick Dalchow with a .920. Adam Grady of the Sioux Falls Flyers 2 team has a .913 save percentage for third place spot, and Donovan Knott, also of the Sioux Falls Flyers, but of the 1 team, with a .899 save percentage, is in 4th place. For the skater stats, Rushmore Thunder still hold 4 of the top 10 spots on the leaderboard. Anthony Petrato maintains his hold at the top with 24 points, followed by TJ Nolan and Jack Oberg with 20 points each, and all 3 of these guys play for Rushmore Thunder. Landon Badger of the Owyhee Capitals and Patrick Merrigan of the Watertown Lakers are tied for 3rd with 19 points each. Rounding out the skater stats leaderboard are Jacob Sersosimo. I'm not sure if I got that right, Jacob, I apologize. But Jacob plays for the Mitchell Marlins. And then also we have Brooks Mitzel of the Rushmore Thunder, Jarrett Spearing of the Watertown Lakers, Jacob Thill of the Mitchell Marlins, and Jacob Otta of the Sioux Falls Flyers 1. That's our report for the boys and girls JV and varsity hockey across the 605 this week. And folks, you need to look for everything starting to heat up by next weekend, because everyone's going to begin jockeying for position in those league standings. Schedules are going to be more and more full. Let's take another quick break to thank our sponsors, and we'll be right back after these messages with our junior hockey report.
This is a story about evolution, specifically about the evolution of hockey. Everything has changed in hockey. Just look at the progression in the art of building a skate. And the safety of the goalies? Unbelievable evolution there. How about sticks? From the very crude to space-age composites. Player safety gear? Wow, incredible progress. Even the venues have evolved. Everything has evolved except the way we get information to tournament visitors. The tournament program has been largely unevolved for generations. But now that old unevolved program has evolved, and it's made a quantum leap to your smartphone. The Tourney Program smartphone program enhances tournament visitors' experiences by delivering information on their favorite device, their smartphones. The Tourney Program platform engages people in a way that no other media can. We can deliver your sponsorship or advertising message to our visitors literally weeks before the event even begins. What an advantage for you. And we have more options than you can shake a stick at. Evolve with the Tourney Program platform. Check us out today at tourneyprogram.com.
Welcome back to This Week on the Ice. We're ready to launch into our junior and professional hockey report. And there's really not a lot to report for junior hockey this week, as the Aberdeen Wings and the Brookings Blizzard have been on holiday break this week, but they will be back in action on New Year's Eve, this time against each other at the Odie. Great game. If you're looking for some fun thing to do on New Year's Eve, why not start out with a great hockey game at the Odie? Let's take a look at here in Sioux Falls. The Sioux Falls Stampede had 2 games at the Sanford Premier Center this weekend. They picked up a 3-2 win in a shootout against the Fargo Force last night. And then, just to keep the weekend exciting, the Herd went into overtime again today and won again in a shootout against the conference leader, Sioux City. They chalked up their second straight win, 4-3. Logan O'Connor scored the game winner for the Herd in the shootout, while Stefanos Lekas stopped 3 of 5 shooters and made 34 saves to earn his 9th win of the season. The Stampede are now 2-0-0 to begin a 9-game homestand, and they're 7-5-2 on home ice this season. The win moved the Stampede into sole possession of 4th place in the Western Conference USHL standings. With 29 points, the Herd are now just 1 point behind Omaha, and the Sioux City Musketeers, who they defeated earlier today, have 34 points to lead the conference. Let's take a look out west to the Rapid City Rush for professional hockey. The Rush split a series at home with the Missouri Mavericks over the weekend. Missouri took the game on Friday night 5-3, and the Rush won in a shootout 4-3 last night. There was 3:56 left in the game last night when Dylan Clark scored a goal to tie it up for the Rush and to send them into overtime with the Mavericks for their eventual shootout win. Rush goaltender Danny Batacchio, I'm not sure about the pronunciation, maybe it's Batacchio, earns his 9th win in his 23rd appearance, his 11th start in 12 consecutive appearances, and it also marks the first win at home in a shootout for the Rush, who now improved to a 2-2 record when play goes past overtime. And that's it for our junior and professional hockey report for the 605. We'll wrap up again with a couple of reminders. The Hockey Skills Camp is at the Shields Iceplex. It starts tomorrow. It's the Legends and Junior Stampede Hockey Skill Camp, Holiday Skill Camp. And also the AAA Hockey Tryouts are December 30th. That's Tuesday, December 30th. Hockey AAA Tryouts for the Sioux City Sabres and for the Sioux Falls Solar Bears will be here at the Shields Iceplex. Thanks for joining us for This Week on the Ice. We'll see you next year. We'll be right back here with Mr. Hockey Randy Preston and guests. Take care, folks.